Adam Rodriguez writes, who do you guys think would be a good replacement for Cap, Thor, Iron Man, or Bruce if something were to happen?
Ooh.
Oh.
Great question.
Oh, wow.
Well, isn't that kind of going to happen maybe with Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier taking over?
I don't think so.
Because he's got a 9-picture deal.
Yeah.
And
I know,
Chris
but
has got
I bring this up all the time. I had this debate with a friend of mine the other day. Everybody heard Sebastian Stan's getting a 9-picture deal. Therefore, the assumption was that Captain America is going to follow
Like
what
in the
happens in the
comic,
comic books. That at some point, for a period of time, Bucky Barnes becomes Captain America for a while. But I don't believe that's the case here because I don't think they want to move on without Chris Evans. Chris Evans is still really young. He's very popular in the role. Yes, he said he was going to take a break from acting, but a break, you know, I think Marvel is getting ready to take a break from Captain America anyway. They got a lot of their characters to get to. I think we'll see him back. But with the 9-picture deal, remember right now, we just mentioned Robert Downey Jr., right? Mm-hmm. Marvel never wants to ever have to deal with what they just had to deal with Robert Downey Jr. again.
Yeah.
When they sign anybody now, like Paul Rudd, I believe was a minimum 7-film deal. Does that mean they plan? Yeah. Does that mean they plan on doing 7 films with him? Not necessarily. Yeah. But they want to have that actor locked in so they can have the flexibility to do whatever they want with him in the future. Maybe that'll be more Captain America. Maybe it won't be. But I don't think it's indicative of anything. Do you guys see it either way?
No, I agree with you. I think that out of all, you know, in regards to the question as far as the only one that we can see getting recast, I think is Downey because, look, they said they're going to make movies until 2025 or whatever it is. Well, they have it 2028, whatever. They have it planned out. Downey is going to be in his 60s or something by that point. So eventually you have to recast him or, you know, there's a new Iron Man, but I think he's the one that will probably be recast. I just don't know who they would do.
I agree, but this kind of came up, you know, almost a year ago when the whole will he resign for the 2 extra films or not came up. There were a lot of interesting names that came up. I mean, one really good one that caught me off guard when I heard it at first, but the more I think about it, he would make a pretty damn good Tony Stark. Leo DiCaprio. I think DiCaprio would make a very interesting Playboy Tony Stark because Tony Stark is also
like
one of these
Howard Hughes type situation.
And he doesn't have to be in Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans' body shape to be Tony Stark because he's wearing Iron Man.
I think that he's got the moxie, if you will, but he doesn't. He's one of those guys, and I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Wolf of Wall Street was my favorite movie last year, but when you see, besides that Jordan Belfort role, when you see Leonardo DiCaprio on film, you go, hey, look, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, he's
and
sick.
I think what they're going to want to do, I think that the answer to all those questions is they're going to put in up-and-coming new people because you don't need them to carry the film. Going off the conversation we just had about megastars, Marvel completed brand. Downey wasn't a super megastar when he was in
Chris
Iron Man.
Hemsworth.
Right.
Was unknown.
Who's that?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans was Johnny Torch or whatever. So I think it's going to be an unknown they pop in there. I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I just think that they want to put to the side, you know, okay, that's the megastar.
Interesting that they cast Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Who's not an unknown
I
right
love
now.
that casting
I love that
choice.
casting too, very much.
So all over that casting choice.
And you know what? There's a third Hemsworth brother.
There
Oh,
is,
God.
there is a
Spare
third
parts.
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
It's like the Wahlbergs. Like they just
Yeah.
keep coming. There's like how many Hemsworths?
I think there's just 3 of them.
Okay,
Yeah, but
there's
he's
just
like
3.
Roger Clinton.
What was Stallone's brother's name?
Frank.
Frank
Frank
Stallone. He's the
Stallone.
Frank Stallone of the
Best.
family. All right, what's next?
Rooney writes, question, have you ever watched a movie scene that made you totally geek out? If so, what was it?
I think there are a lot of movie scenes that most of them revolve around the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yes.
trying to think of some that.
For me, it's Darth Vader revealing his true identity to his
Too soon. No, I'm just kidding.
to his
I am your
offspring.
father, yeah.
Spoiler alert, guys. But like, I think for me, that's probably like one of the most geeky outy scenes in a movie ever. It's the first one that comes to my mind because I remember the first time I saw that, and I think I was like a small child, just being like, "What just happened?"
I think mine was probably a lot later than that, Batman Begins with Christopher Nolan, because I didn't come from a comic book loving background, and that was the first time that I was like, wow, it makes sense why a guy would dress up as a bat, and now it makes sense why villains would dress up as well, and everything just fell into place. I mean, apart from watching Hitchcock when I was young and all that kind of stuff. But
For me, it outside of the Star Wars universe, it would have to come right around the time in Iron Man 1, when in the post-credit scene, Nick Fury shows up and says, we're doing this, the Avengers Initiative. That, to me, was a pretty big geek-out moment.
I was gonna go Star Wars as well too, but I'm gonna go with the Dark Knight. Like when first time because there was all these rumors about like how's Heath Ledger gonna do, and then you see him and you go, that's Killing Joke Joker.
Yeah.
That's the Joker. That's him, and you hear him talking. I'm like, and so that's the one I geek out on for sure.
All right, let's take 2 more quick ones.
Michael Ray Miller writes, question, besides all the awesome comic book movies coming out this summer, what other summer movies are you guys looking forward to?
Well, one that I'm really looking forward to, which is coming up now, I think in just 2 weeks, is Transcendence. I am really stoked for Transcendence. It kind of falls in the same genre of the comic book movies, but I gotta admit, I'm really looking forward to Transformers. I am. I mean, I hated Transformers 2. I hated Transformers 3. For whatever reason, they have seduced me with sweet nothings whispered in my ears and giant explosions. So I'm kind of looking forward to that too. But Transcendence is big there for me.
Apes on Horses. Apes on Horses. I cannot wait for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That looks awesome.
I loved the first one that came out in 2011. Everything I've seen so far, I don't want to see anything else. I'm there. I say that, but I'll probably watch everything that comes out. And the other one is Godzilla. Those are the 2 that I really
Yeah. Jeez, damn, there's so many good ones coming up.
You just took my 2, and they're
I'm
both.
sorry.
It's okay. But Bryan Cranston for me is such a guy to watch, and with Godzilla, I don't think he has a huge. He's in Godzilla, right?
Oh, Bryan Cranston's huge.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong about that. Yeah, no, I'm excited to
Top
see.
billing's going to Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen, but it clearly
I
from the
wanna
trailer,
see
he has a
Cranston.
significant role.
Yeah, I want to see him and Godzilla in the same realm.
I thought you were saying
Right?
same room.
Yeah,
I want to
sure.
see
In the
Godzilla
same room, just like
in the
hanging
same room
out,
with Bryan
playing
Cranston.
cards.
Yeah.
No, but really, I think Godzilla is exciting to me because I feel like it's so easy to screw it up, but I feel
we've
good
seen
about
it happen.
We've
Yep.
seen it happen
Yeah.
a lot, and I'm excited to see this iteration of Godzilla.
Well, I was excited for Transcendence and then I saw it.
you saw.
But I'm really excited for Lucy, the Luc Besson film with
yes.
Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson.
yeah.
The trailer looks amazing, like a female Limitless, and he always does such great kick-ass female characters, so I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to a couple of indies, like Wish I Was Here, which is a Zach Braff
Zach Braff movie, yeah.
And the trailer just came out for that, and I loved Garden State, so I think that one looks quite beautiful.
All right, last question of the day.
Luis Fonseca writes, do you guys think that we can get an animated Mario movie in the future, just like we got a Lego movie and got surprised? Thanks.
I don't think so. For whatever, we kind of talked about this the other day when we were talking about the potential for a Zelda movie. Nintendo just seems really gun shy. They just don't want to let. I mean, I know they had that disaster Mario Brothers movie way back when, but I mean, a long time has passed. I mean, most moviegoers today weren't even alive when that movie came out. So I wish that they would, but honestly, I've seen no indication. Maybe if the rumors are true and we see Mario pop up in Wreck-It Ralph 2 and it's received well and all that kind of stuff, maybe then it becomes a possibility. But as of right now, I've heard nothing that would make me think that there's even a chance. What do you think?
I'd be excited if they did pop up in Wreck-It Ralph too,
Right.
but otherwise I think, I don't know, their time is kind of past.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel that way as well. And I think what worked so well with Wreck-It Ralph was this nostalgic revisiting of a lot of these characters in a meeting. You know, they're
Right.
sitting in a meeting, and that's so great to see Hubert. But I agree. I feel like if you're going to tap into the video game universe at all, there's so many characters with such rich backstory and all of this stuff that I don't know if Mario is going to really translate into a feature film.
I don't know. I think it could, because one of the reasons you forget that Mario is like Mickey Mouse of video games.
Yeah, he's the godfather.
He
of the
really
video game
is, and all
characters.
this stuff. And it's again, it comes back to probably we all made this point I think today with one way or another is it depends on the team that they put together to do it, and the script and what kind of I think with good humor and that '93 that disaster of a movie that you brought up, that was the reason that they've been so gun shy for a very long time, and that was they had to have like discussions to put him in Wreck-It Ralph. I think again, if he succeeds in Wreck-It Ralph 2, I think that absolutely you could see a movie work if it's done right.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.